Lord Mandelson told a conference on climate change that until recently there had been too much ambiguity and uncertainty in British climate policy. But that had changed, he said, and billions of pounds were being invested in measures to create a low-carbon future. What was required was joint action by both the private and public sectors.
We cannot be ideological about the roles of the market and the state in driving this low-carbon transition. There has to be a real partnership. At the most fundamental level, this can mean intervening in the market to raise the cost of carbon in certain ways and to a level that forces a genuine change in behaviour. It is also going to mean public sector interventions to ensure that Britain has the necessary infrastructure to support low-carbon technologies.
He said there would be a short-term cost in shifting to low-carbon technologies, but that government had a role to play in encouraging consumers and businesses to change their attitudes.
So these are my three basic principles for a positive environment for low-carbon business. A long-term strategic approach from government, a pragmatic approach to the role of both markets and the state, because they both have their important roles to play, and a recognition that we should be actively equipping our people to supply the demand created by climate change targets. This is all the more important in the context of the current recession, where investment in the transition to low carbon will play a very important part in our economic recovery and our renewal.
Lord Mandelson said action on climate change should be at the heart of the government's efforts to set a positive political agenda.
I started by saying that we are at a precarious time for mainstream politics and all the mainstream parties in our country. We can get cynical about politics in this country, or we can have, on the other hand, a serious debate about what needs to be done to get our politics back on track and our economy back to growth, to extend social opportunity in Britain and strengthen our internationalism. A positive politics of climate change depends on us all deciding that politics works, that politics is how we focus collectively on a different future for our society and our economy, and in focusing on it, make sure that it happens. Thank you very much indeed.
Low-carbon businesses and low-carbon consumers could and should work together, Lord Mandelson said, to ensure a greener, cleaner future.
We're very glad to have had as director of this project Tony Giddens, the former director of the LSE, and